Hey y'all, it's your Captain for All Things Creative with your Married at First Sight Season 17, Episode 17 review. If you are new here, welcome. Please like, subscribe. And if you are returning, let's get into this episode because it wasn't given that much. Brendan and Emily start the episode in the hospital, and he calls the retreat housemates to update them on her progress. And apparently a tree branch got under her helmet when she crashed, which caused all of her bleeding. And on the after party, they said it was a very lucky blow because any other spot in any other direction would have meant she either lost her eye or her life. So I hope Brendan at least treats Emily right from now on and just respects her and be nice to her. And I also hope that Emily values her life and walks away from Brendan because she almost about died setting up this dangerous date for this dude who doesn't see it for her. I'll just keep going with Emily and Brendan, do it by couples for the most part. So then when it's time for the surgery and to figure out what to do after, Brendan asks if Emily wants to go home, and she says no, she wants to go back to the retreat house with her friends and get hugs for them after. And then when she's back from surgery, this girl is such a trooper, but unfortunately she looked like she definitely was in an accident. In the honeymoon, she looked like a Cynthia doll, but after surgery, she came back looking like the Chucky doll because her hair was still dyed red and pink from the blood, and then she had some big scar and a black eye, and so she's definitely giving Chucky. Then Emily cries to the ladies during their pamper night and says she was glad that Brendan was there since he was on calling 911 and whatnot. She thinks that the accident brought them together. And then during the Ninja Day, you see Becca and Emily being cheerleaders for everybody. And then at the end of the retreat, Brendan helps her pack. So things are sort of looking up. I think Brendan just feels sorry for her. And it's nice that he can at least respect her. So speaking of respect, we have Chloe and Michael who are being fairly respectful toward each other, but you're starting to see cracks in their relationship. Chloe watches Michael pack in the beginning of the episode and side-eyeing his skirt collection. And after party, Keisha clowned Michael's skirt for being wrinkly and needed an iron. When Michael and Chloe arrive, Lauren says she had the same skirt that Michael was wearing. And then Michael and Chloe get advice from the other couples over dinner that was provided by a chef. And then they asked what the other couples have been through. Chloe revealed that she used to party with rock stars back in the day, like Good Charlotte. So she's not as, square and as rigid as we thought. And then during a boys' night playing Texas Hold'em, Michael admits to scheming on Chloe's errands and whatnot. And Brendan tried not to judge him, but Brendan definitely pressed him a little on, like, were you really going to take her stuff? And then Chloe tells the girls that she has a hard time with Michael's fashion since it does border on cross-dressing. And Lauren tells her that it's okay to say she's triggered sometimes, and she kind of runs with that. And then you see at the ninja ops, of course, Michael does the very best since he's actually fit in boxes and whatnot. And Chloe claims to be turned on by him, but when Michael set up the bubble bath after the ninja course, Chloe did not get in with him. She just watched him. And then they kind of judge the other couples and say they surprised that so many of them fell out. But they say that, they're good because they have good communication. But I'm not buying Chloe saying that she's attracted to Michael because she don't be, jumping on him at all. Even when he tries to give her opportunities like that bubble bath scene. Next, the randoms, Orion and Lauren. When Michael and Chloe had asked about the relationship, Orion gonna talk up and pretend to be the spokesperson for the both of them. And then he says that he wants to talk to Lauren, and Lauren just pays him dust. And he's like, can I get an answer? She's like, I'm just going to drink my wine and ignore you. And then another day later, Orion asks Lauren to talk on the side after the retreat. And he says he missed their connection and he wants them to have partnership and teamwork. And then Lauren says it's not fair for him to ask her for teamwork and partnership now since he didn't give her teamwork or partnership during the marriage and unilaterally asked for divorce. So then Lauren sets up yoga for everybody. And then after yoga, Lauren and Orion talk again, and Lauren's a little nicer, but she's like, let me drive the boat on our friendship. Don't call us, we'll call you kind of vibe. With Claire, it wasn't much with her. She said that she had wanted to have a dress as your partner night, but they had canceled it. And then Claire actually did the best out of the women in the ninja obstacle course. And last but not least, Becca and Austin, since they had the most drama. So you see Becca got a stomach bug during this part of the retreat when Chloe and Michael come. So Austin is off the hook from providing more excuses for not giving her the D. And then Austin says they had, gotten a personal chef. And he admits to being drunk and singing and wandering off and talking to himself that night in question when he left Becca in the room. I think it was the Friday of the retreat. Next, during the game that they played where Chloe had, revealed that she partied with Rockstar, Austin gonna go and admit that he open mouth kissed a donkey back in his day. So I just side-eyed him more because I was like, you're okay with bestiality and opening your orifices to donkeys, but you don't want to bust it open for your wife who's a human? I was like, okay, got it. So the next, Becca keeps saying that she's sick. And she's like puking and whatnot, so she misses the ladies' pamper night when they had the foot and the face mask. And then when the boys were playing cards and whatnot, I guess she tries eating toast and stuff. She could finally keep toast down after that night. And then during the yoga session, she comes and says Emily can make it, she can do it. And then Austin decided to bring a sandwich at the beginning of yoga, which I thought was not a good idea because I can't exercise that close to doing exercise, much less bending over and doing downward dog and all them things. I don't know how he didn't puke, but I guess after kissing that donkey, his gut bacteria and health is made, stronger than the average bear. But Becca also notices that Chloe has glitter on her face and takes it as a good sign that they might get along. Austin then checks in with Becca after yoga, and she says they were in no position to be hunching last night since she was puking in, and she was the one that actually kicked him out the bedroom. And then they do the ninja day, and Becca's trying to be a good sport, being a cheerleader. But then the last night, I think Becca had hope because she was feeling better, and she had pressed him, about intimacy. But Austin, instead of setting up a little, candlelight, sex night, Austin gonna go and set up a lame movie now on a couch in some public looking room of the retreat. That's definitely not a bedroom, and I just shook my head since Becca clearly wanted the D. And she literally broke down crying and begging him to consummate the marriage. And she says she's tired of waiting, and our good sis does not feel good begging to be wanted, and she's down bad. And Austin basically tried to gaslight her, basically said that, he thought they got past talking about the intimacy issues, and he's saying that intimacy ain't just physical. And she's like, listen, all this intimate talk is just her wanting to have relations. He knows it, and he's trying to get past it. And she basically tells him, listen, I know you don't want to talk about it, but it does help me to just let out my frustration because she's frustrated with him. And then she basically ends the conversation with saying she just wants him to want her. So the last day of the trip, them two pack sadly and have another awkward convo since they didn't even have relations that same night. She done cried and begged for the D. And I keep thinking this should not be hard for married people to have relations. It's very sad for them. And he says talking about everything makes him feel like he's reopening a fresh wound over and over again. So they try to go and forget about, their problems by going and seeing some wolves. And Becca gets more kisses from the wolves than Austin. And actually the wolf matchmakers talk about their process of matchmaking wolves with letting them see each other through a gate. And I thought that these wolf matchmakers were better than these MAFS experts because all these marriages ain't going nowhere. So say what you think in the comments. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, you are the master of your fate and the captain of your soul. Bye-bye.